Hi guys, welcome to Manhood Explained. My name is Camille. Today is 25th, right? Of September 2020. Yeah. And today is video number 273. Today I want to talk about very interesting subject that in my mind is one of the most important ones to allow you grow up from being a boy and to really become a man. And from my perspective of almost 19 years in marriage, I would say you're never going to be a man if you don't get that subject. I want to talk about understanding happiness. And even though I don't really like this word because it's like this kind of unicorn, butterflies kind of word, but it's a broad subject that without understanding which it's going to be hard for you to really be someone who makes a right decisions in life. So let's look at it. And the first thing that I want you to kind of think about is what really makes you happy. Like genuinely, what things make you happy? And there's tons of things that you may feel that makes you basically feel good. Like, I don't know, eating your favorite food. Maybe you like pizza like me, you've got your favorite place. You always feel great when you're able to eat that. Maybe you've got your favorite sport that you do as a kind of a hobby. Like, I don't know, maybe you play basketball and you just love doing that. Just from time to time, just enjoying this whole thing. Maybe you've got like a group of friends you just meet from time to time. You have great time. It's so cool that you're able to be with them. But then I want you to see that this kind of happiness is exactly something that we are when we grow up. This is the thing that we look for. Really short spikes of happiness. This is like something that makes us as our inner boys happy. Eating our favorite food, playing our favorite game, or doing this kind of stuff. Very enjoyable. But then there's a completely different concept of happiness, which is there, which requires you to go much more abstract to understand. Because now I want you to ask yourself, when we have this kind of established, what makes you proud? Because if you ever really felt this feeling of feeling proud of yourself or from whatever happened, you know that it's completely different experience, completely different thing. Because you're not really proud that you eat your pizza. You're not proud that you can play your game or meet with your friends. But you feel proud about things that took you so much longer to achieve. Maybe you really felt proud that when you finished or graduated university. You said, the moment I got my certificate and being there on the stage, that was awesome. And I was then, and I'm proud right now that I was able to accomplish that. Bam! It's there on my wall. The same thing is like with maybe day of you getting married. That was really important moment. I was so proud that was such a happy moment. Bam, on a wall. There, maybe the birth of your child. Bam, right there on the wall. As I talked with my friend, I told you, I think in the last video, it completely changed my mind. Words cannot describe what you feel. That was his words. So cool to hear. And there are tons of other things that you want to really invest time, because this is what kind of puts things in that category. It requires much more time to invest in. It requires much more attention and kind of conscious investing in this thing for you to be able to achieve that. Because it takes time to finish university. It takes time to get married and be happy. It takes time to have a kid and raise it, right? And one of my favorite examples, it takes time to build a relationship with your grandparents, to spend time with them, to kind of get close to them now we're still here. But there's one catch. What will happen if you're not able to eat your pizza today because the place is closed for some reason? What will happen if you cannot go play basketball because it's raining? What will happen if something happened to one of your friends, or I don't know, maybe you can't go because whatever? What's going to happen? Nothing. You can eat your pizza, tomorrow or from other place. They have good pizzas as well. I'm not gonna go tomorrow. I'm gonna go to not. I cannot go today. I can go tomorrow or I don't during the weekend. I don't care. I can do something else. There are tons of other things that makes me happy. The same thing with your friends. You get my point. But what will happen if you knew in the kind of depth of your heart, starting with the small things, that you wanted to finish university? You've been there. You were right there, and then life happened, and you didn't finish it. And that's the simplest thing, the last impactful, I would say. Because what would be the feeling maybe that some of you already have? That you've been with the girl that you knew that it's completely different thing than, those girls that you had fun with for a night or two. But this one was special. And it failed. I allowed it to fail. What will be the feeling that you'll have when your kids in 15 years from now, when they're gonna grow up, they would tell you, but you were never there. You didn't care. We're strangers. What you gonna feel when you get to the point to be smart enough to say, I wish I would spend more time with my grandparents. I wish I could spend more time with my parents. Now they're gone. And I cannot reverse the time. The possibility is gone. The chances, the ship sailed. And the one thing that you feel is regret. That's why this is what I want you to understand. You're supposed to be able to differentiate what are the things that make you happy, just for fun. But whether they're going to happen or not, doesn't matter. There's like short bursts and it can happen tomorrow, in a week, doesn't matter. But what are the things that you know in your heart and in your head, as a guy, that they're important? Because there's like a simple rule that applies to so many things in life. The bigger the investment, the longer it's going to take you to get there, the higher the price. Or the higher the reward. But the price for failing in this is huge. Because regret is a nasty thing and you cannot reverse time. You cannot do anything about it. That's why this is, at least from my experience, from the place that I am right now, one of the most important lessons in life. We grow up as boys. It's great to have, happiness in your life. Awesome. Life would be miserable without it. But there's a time in your life that you have to learn how to differentiate those two. You have to learn which are things are important, which are things you can sacrifice for these ones. So you see, this is what I want you to take from this video. I simply want you to be a smart guy. I want you to be a guy who is able to see what is important. I want you to get your priorities straight. Because if you're not going to do it, you're going to pay a huge price. But if you play it right, you'll start to see that everything starts to kind of everything's going to fall in place like puzzles. You got a great relationship with your grandparents. You got a great relationship with your parents. You finished your university. Your wife starts to enjoy a relationship with you. Your whole relationship starts to feel great. Your kids, you spend time with them, and you know that in fewer this 15 years, they're gonna say that was the best thing I could ever want, is to have this kind of childhood that I had. Because this is the difference between boys who are looking for fun and men who know how to spend time, what to sacrifice to invest in things that really matter. Not to run away from the regret, although some of you probably have to, but to look for the thing that I know it's much more important than most of the things I do in my life. That's why think about it and do something about it, because you will never become a man if you don't understand the difference in between happiness. If you like this video, like, share, comment. If you didn't, comment as well. And again, tell me what you think. If you've got experience that says something different, tell me. I'm really glad to hear what you've got to say. And if there's anything you want me to talk about, some subjects that you're really thinking about, just give me a shout, DM me, contact me, and I'll be glad to do it for you. And that being said, as usual, see you tomorrow.